Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego here, ready for your K1 visa gap, your K1 visa education, saving you thousands and thousands of dollars in K1 visa attorney fees. Now remember, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice. And I started the live stream early because we got a lot of people waiting, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting. Immigration is bad enough waiting on immigration, so I don't want to have you wait for me. Okay? I'm not going to do that. But Miguel is online. Miguel, been waiting for your stream. It's your live stream, guys, and I'm here for you. Teja Sweeney Mumadi. Hi, Diego. Teja Sweeney. Now remember, you're engaged to your beneficiary. Don't forget, you're engaged. Miguel, do you know up until what day they are on? Up to what date they are on? I don't pay attention to USCIS and their range dates and their this day and that day because most of the time it's wrong. So if I tell you a day or whatever, it's not going to be 100% accurate. So the only thing I can do is make videos for you guys with exact time frames from NOA 1 to visa interview. I make the video, post it, and then you can see exactly how this process is playing out. So, Miguel, I don't pay attention to USCIS, NVC. It's irrelevant. Jennifer Casido. Hi, Diego. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te sientes? Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? ¿Cuál es tu día? Tu día bien. Karina, Karina ahora es trabajo. Karina es en trabajo, ayuda amiga. Teja Sweeney Mumadi, what happens if we have an emergency? Can we postpone the interview? What happens if you have an emergency? Why would you have an emergency? What emergency is there other than that you have to go to your visa interview? Jeff Mantalk, thank you for that super chat. And Jeff Mantalk, he says right here, thank you for all the good information, Diego. I'm here for you guys, okay? I'm going to help you get through this K1 visa process or a spousal visa. I'm going to help you. Teja Sweeney, you're not going to have any emergencies, okay? The only emergency is going to be, this is the emergency you're going to have, Teja Sweeney. You're trying to figure out what restaurant you want to go celebrate in when you get the K1 visa. That's the emergency. Okay? Don't think negatively. Twan Benson. Hello, Diego from Miami. Hola, Twan Benson. Hey, Twan, I was online today. Actually, I was on my cell phone looking up restaurants in Miami, on Miami Beach, Colombian and Venezuelan restaurants. So when the plane lands in Miami with my beautiful Karina and our cat Tokyo, I can take her to eat breakfast at a Colombian breakfast place or a Venezuelan breakfast place. And there's quite a few on Miami Beach. Let's see. Kamar 1. Hi, Diego from Boston. Hi, Kamar 1, Boston, Massachusetts. So we got Miami and Boston. Jason Mabry. Hello, Diego. What's going on, Jason? How's your family? How you doing? Are you hanging in there? Are you relaxing? Cecilia Gomez, I got NOA 1 December 30th, 2022. When will I get NOA 2? Next month, Cecilia. You'll get it next month, which is close. Nestor Corona. Hey, Diego. Are USCIS speeding up? Yes, they are. Let's see. Teja Sweeney. Quit deleting messages. You're going to get this K1 visa. Okay? You're going to get it. Don't keep thinking about emergencies and this and that. Think about the K1 visa in the passport. Jennifer, Diego, ¿tú sabes si las cartas intencionales deben presentarse auténticas en la notaría? No necesario, Jennifer, no. No necesario. Cuando tú en face-to-face en Baja Estados Unidos, original en tu mano. Original carta en tu mano. Inmigración, mira. Oh, bien, bien. No necesario notaría. ¿Entiendo? Jennifer, ¿tú entiendes? No necesario. Twan Benson, I need uplifting. Come on, man. That's waiting for the interview date to open, dragging me down. No, it's not. It's not dragging you down. It's another day closer to when you get the interview date. So need some strength from all our friends on here. Twan Benson, we are all here for you. Everybody's here for you, okay? You're going to get it. Now, remember, when I went online to get the interview for Karina, there was only 1 day left in November. And it was 5 o'clock in the morning, and I took it. I was lucky. Muy suerte. Nontongo Gertrude. Hey, Diego, how do I book my interview date? The embassy says there are no dates available. Well, you got to wait for availability. How do I track the slots for the embassy in Kenya? The embassy in Kenya is in Nairobi, and you got to keep looking. The embassy in Nairobi should have sent you an email giving you directions on how to look for the dates. Look for your email from the embassy. They tell you how to do it. Teja Sweeney, no, so we are engaged, even though we're not engaged. You're engaged, Teja Sweeney. You're engaged. When you go to the visa interview, well, you're beneficiary, you're engaged. I don't want to hear another word. Miguel, Diego, do you believe the embassy already made its approval decision before stepping foot in the interview room? 99% of the time, sure. They've already looked through your K1 visa package. They've read your DS 160. They've studied everything that you put together. So if you put together a strong K1 visa package, and then the MVC mails it to the embassy looks at it, and if they like it, if you put together good stuff and you didn't miss anything, that's pretty much made up their mind, okay? Congressional law requires an interview. I'm pretty sure that the embassy staff would much rather just give you the K1 visa than go through all this interview stuff. But they can't. They got to follow the law. Jennifer, so you're looking for the medical exam at the embassy. For any recommendations? Well, where do you live? ¿Dónde tú vivo? De viver, Jennifer. ¿Tú vives dónde? Muy lejos? ¿En Baja Estados Unidos? ¿Mucho lejos? ¿O muy cerca? No lo sé. So you want to set your medical appointment, and you want to set your embassy appointment for the 15th of November, and you're asking me, what do I recommend? That's a good, why not? So you're looking for a medical appointment, and you're looking for a visa appointment, and it's 15th of November. Take it. Take that day. Jennifer, por favor, este día muy bien. Veronica Sanders, do you know if Ghana embassy schedules the K1 visa interview? Still waiting on the packet of instructions. Any recent success stories from Ghana? Yeah, Ghana's processing K1 visas. I just can't remember if they schedule the interview for you in Ghana. I can't remember. Okay, but I think I made a video for a person from Ghana. If anybody is in here from Ghana, please help with that question, because I can't remember. But 99% of K1 visa interviews are scheduled by the applicant, the sponsor, or the beneficiary. Argely TV, hey Diego. Que lo que manito. So what is the question for how long should I wait? Okay, you need to wait 90 days, 60 to 90 days. Once you get your NOA2 letter, you need to wait 60 to 90 days, then send the inquiry to the MVC. At least 60 days, okay, maximum. A minimum, 90 days maximum. Samba Della, hi Diego. What's going on, Samba? Jason Mabry, doing well, and family as well. My fiance and I are excited to hear something soon. We are December 2022 filers. You're right around the corner, Jason. Very close. Arsenal Forever, good evening, Diego. Emailed the U.S. Consulate Mumbai for the K4, K3, K4 packet from the embassy for the next step. Case status ready since September 8th. Still nothing. Anyone waiting for email from U.S. Consulate? Send them another email once a week. Send an email to the consulate in Mumbai so you keep your K1 visa, your NOA2 letter active, and keep extending it. Okay, bye. BYE. Hello, Diego. Hola, Diego. How are you? I'm good. We are waiting for the email from the embassy in Guatemala. Nosotros esperando correo de la embajada de Guatemala donde nos diga que nuestro caso está listo para programa una cita. No sabemos cuánto tiempo tendremos que esperar. How long do you have to wait for Guatemala? Well, Guatemala is in Central America. So you got about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks to wait for the packet 3, packet 4. So you're waiting for the email from the embassy in Guatemala, and you're asking where is the case listed for the appointment. It's going to be on a packet 3, packet 4 email. You get that email, you're going to look, and it's going to give you explicit directions on how to process the visa interview and the biometrics. Okay, look for that email. Everything's in the email, okay? Jason Mabry, Veronica, my sister is in Ghana, or mi hermia, or hermana. What is that you're saying? Lovely Stantis. Hi, Diego. Do you know, please, when the U.S. Embassy of Haiti will process K1 visa? They're closed right now because of issues. Okay, so I don't know. For Haiti right now, they're having issues. There's some kind of issue going on with the Dominican Republic on the frontier. The governments are fighting the governments. And the only people that suffer are the people. The governments don't suffer. They still get paid. They still get their free square meals. They still get their pensions. But the people suffer because of the government. Okay? I can't answer that question right now. Samba Della. Hi, Diego. I'm from Gambia. Beautiful Gambia. But there is no interview date from the embassy in Senegal. They're probably really busy, really backed up. You just got to keep looking, okay? Don't. You're going to get a K1 visa interview, guys. You're going to get it. Mumbai, Ghana, Nicaragua, Guatemala, wherever you are. You just got to hang in there. Let me see here. Veronica is talking to Jason. Miguel's talking to Jason. Nelson Gooden. Good evening. Dos Hombre do Cristo Rendota in Rio de Janeiro. Scary interview on Tuesday. It's not scary, Nelson. And your Spanish is good, but in Brazil, they speak Portuguese. So don't even try talking Portuguese to me, okay? I can't speak Portuguese. I have enough trouble with English. And Arjali is saying, what? You're asking me how long should I wait? Wait 60 to 90 days. Send an inquiry to the MVC after you get your NOA2. Arjali TV says, Jesus. Jennifer Cadedo, Diego, I'm from Colombia. That's right, Jennifer. To vive in Colombia, but I have not been able to set up my doctor's appointment. I'm a little afraid because my embassy appointment is November 15th. What do I recommend? Jennifer, you need to go to the doctor's office in Bogota. You need to get face to face, okay, with the doctor, the secretary. Bring the confirmation page for your visa interview. Bring the list of people traveling with you to the United States, and do it in person, Jennifer. In persona, okay? It's necessary. The telephones don't work. The phone numbers are all different. They don't respond to emails. Jennifer, ¿dónde tú vives en Colombia? Where do you live in Colombia? I can't remember. You in Bogota? Do you live in Bogota? Tú vives en Bogota? You got to go face to face with the doctor, to the secretary. Go in the office, knock on, say, hey, I'm here. I want to set my medical appointment for my visa interview. And they're going to ask you, what day's your visa interview? ¿Cuál día? Noviembre 15, 14. I can't remember 15 in Spanish. You got to go in face to face at the doctor's office, Jennifer. Nick, Diego, should I check for updates weekly for case update? If you want to give yourself a headache, go ahead and keep checking. Because I saw some people got an update without getting a text or an email. Is that true? That's true. I didn't get a text. I didn't get an email from my NOA2. I went into USCIS, my case status on my phone. Once a month, I would check. On May 3rd, I would check my case status on the 30th of every month. The 30th of every month. On May 30th of 2023, I went and checked it, and it was ready. It was all approved. So I check once a month. Jennifer, I got my embassy appointment in November, but I have not been able to set the doctor's appointment. They don't call, neither answers emails. I've been saying this for the last 2 weeks. Jennifer, if you are in Colombia, you got to go to the doctor's office face to face and set the medical appointment. Bring the confirmation page for your DS-160. Bring the email from the embassy saying these are the people who are traveling to the United States, and set your medical exam. If you don't live in Bogota, you're going to have to get a hotel. Oh, you're in Bogota. Jennifer, you're in Bogota. Jennifer, tomorrow's Domingo. Mañana es Domingo. Lunes, Jennifer. Monday, you need to go to the doctor's office face to face, in the edificio, meet the secretary and schedule your medical exam. Okay? Do it in person. If you live in Bogota, it's not hard for you to do. It's not difficult. They'll go in their computer and I'll say, oh, okay, Jennifer, este día bien para ti? Is this a good day for you? And you say, sí, necesario, me alegro. A mi cita en November 15. What's 15 in Spanish, guys? I forgot. That's the way you're gonna do it. Okay, Jennifer, you got it? This is Sweeney. I have a huge headache. So much stress and pressure. From what? Tesha Sweeney, are you going to let immigration stress you out? No, come on. You let immigration get under your skin? Don't do it. You're going to get your K-1 visa. Your family's going to be reunited very soon. And Jennifer, please, Jennifer, go in person to the doctor's office in Bogota. You have the address on the email in your packet 3. Quince, Miguel, Quince, that's correct. 15, Quince. That's 11, 12, 13, Quince. Look. Jennifer, you got it? Teja Sweeney, there is no stress. There's no stress. You got this. Bud Garcia, hello, Diego from Washington State. I just got my approval letter. That is NOA2. It has a date of October 19th, 2023 to February 18th, 2024. Does it expire? It will expire if you do not send an inquiry to the National Visa Center after 60 days. Let's say in 60 days from now, you haven't heard from the NVC. You haven't received your welcome letter, or you haven't received an FTP1 notification that your K-1 visa is in a plane flying to the embassy. You need to send an email through NVC inquiry, and that will automatically extend your NOA2 letter. Jennifer Casido, Diego, you got it. Muchas gracias. Jennifer, on Monday, get on the Transmilenio, get in a taxi, get in a yellow taxi, and go to the doctor in Bogota. Go in the door, open the door, walk in, and set your appointment with the secretary. But don't forget, you got to have the DS-160 confirmation page and the carta, the letter from immigration, from the embassy, that says these are the people who are going to be traveling. You got to have those 2 letters, and bring your passport as identification. Okay? Vama Canea. Hi, Diego. If your K2 kids are not accompanying you right away, can you include them in the I-134? Yeah, you have to. Vama Canea. You have to include the kids on the I-134, even if they're not traveling with you at that exact moment. You are still there. You are still responsible for them. You're going to be financially responsible for them, whether they live in the United States or whether they live in wherever. They are your dependents. You put them on the I-134. They're a K2. K2 means they belong to you legally. You got it? If you don't put them on the I-134, immigration is going to ask you, where are the K2s? And then when you bring your beneficiary to the United States, you're going to have to send those kids money. And you're going to have to prove it with Western Union receipts, because when your beneficiary goes to apply for her U.S. citizenship or her 10-year green card, if you don't prove financial support for those K2 kids, you ain't going to get the green card. You're not going to get it. You won't get citizenship for your beneficiary. You have to put the kids on the I-134. You have to send them money every week or every 2 weeks, every month, and you keep the receipts. And you put the receipts, you set them aside, and then you make copies of the receipts, the Western Union receipts, and then you put those in the green card package when you go to lift the conditions on the 2-year green card or apply for citizenship. Quince, Miguel, muchas gracias. Please, Diego, does the sponsor have to own a house? No, not required, because I live with my mom and she is migrating to Jamaica very soon. Will it be a problem for my fiance at the interview? No. Please, let me ask you this. Do you live in the United States? Yes. Do you live with your mom? Yes. Are you going to be migrating to Jamaica with your mom, or are you going to be living in the United States? You have to be domiciled in the USA to be a K-1 visa benefit qualification. One of the qualifications to be a K-1 visa sponsor is you have to be domiciled in the USA. You got to live, work, eat, breathe in the United States of America. So when your mom moves to Jamaica, you need to find someplace else to live in the United States. And you're good to go. Don't worry about it. You're good. BYE, MVC approved our case June 23rd. Then they send our case number and tell us it's going to Guatemala. But I think it's a long time. We don't have any answer from the embassy. I'm worried. Number one, don't worry. Immigration haven't forgotten about you. But what you must do is you must email the embassy in Guatemala and keep your case active. You must email the embassy in Guatemala. You must send inquiries to the MVC. If you do not, immigration will think you've abandoned the K-1 visa. To keep your visa active, you must maintain contact, maintain communication. Send an inquiry to the MVC tonight. Send an email to the embassy to Guatemala tonight. Print those emails. They will be date stamped. That will protect you for your NOA2 letter. April Flower, hi Diego. Is it easy to get an interview in Abu Dhabi, Dubai? Yeah, it's not hard. April Flower, isn't your aren't you in Iraq? And Iraq is, and I mentioned to you that the embassy in Baghdad they're not processing K-1 visas, and the consulate in Erbil isn't either. So I recommended that you switch your embassy interview to like Kazakhstan, Turkey, or Dubai. So you decided to pick Dubai, right? So you chose Dubai. Jennifer, got it. Life in North Carolina. Hello, Diego from Greensboro, North Carolina. What's up today? Taxes. Taxes and the price of gasoline is up. It's up in price. The price of Mountain Dew is up. I got a little bit left here. Teja Sweeney, do we need to do the letter of intent to get married 2 times? Yes. You do a letter of intent to get married, and so does your beneficiary, and you include it in the K-1 visa package. Then you write another one, and your beneficiary writes another letter of intent to get married. I would say 2 weeks before your visa interview. Your beneficiary signs it, you sign it, you bring them to the visa interview. Whether the immigration officer asks for them or not, they may not ask for it, but you need to have it just in case they do. Just in case they do. Be prepared, okay? I've already written my second letter of intent to get married. I dated it. I signed it because our K-1 visa interview is next month in a few weeks. Karina has written hers. She dated it and signed it in Colombia. When I get to Bogota, we'll go and get it notarized. We don't have to, but we'll do it. But it's not necessary. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we won't. We will have the letters of intent to get married. And if the immigration officer wants it, we got him. Bud Garcia. So what is the next step now that I have to do? Or do I have to wait for the approval letter, my NOA2? Bud Garcia, have you received an NOA2 letter? Do you have an NOA2 letter in your hand? If you do, then you got to wait for the MVC. Kmir 1, you skipped my question. Okay, Kmir 1, let me go back and see. What's your question? Let me see. You waved the hand at me. Come here. I'm looking for the question, Kmir 1. Where is it? I don't see it. It's not showing up. Rewrite it for me. Rewrite it. Ross Lee, does USCIS post updates daily, except weekends and holidays? They're once a week. Weekly, usually weekly. Bud Garcia, do you know what the wait time is for Thailand? And is there an email address for the MVC? Yeah, you send an inquiry to the MVC. They have an email address where you send an inquiry. And the wait time for Thailand is Bangkok, is where the embassy is in Bangkok, and it's about 6 to 8 weeks. April Flower, correct. But they are not processing K1s. Dubai is not, or Baghdad. Which embassy is not processing K1s? I know Baghdad isn't. Please, yes, I'm a U.S. citizen, but I will be staying in the States. She is going to leave the house for her children. Please, you have to stay in America to be a qualifier for a K1 visa. You have to be domiciled in the USA. Use the address on the I-134 where you live in America if your mom is moving to Jamaica. But BYE, okay, Diego, I'm going to send an email now. Yeah, get off the live stream, send an inquiry, send an email. Thank you so much for your help. God bless you and Karina. BYE, I just saved you a massive headache. I just saved you a massive, massive headache with immigration. Get it done. Miguel, what does your second letter of intent say? Well, it says that Karina and I are still in love with each other. We still want to get married to each other. We promised to do so within 90 days. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm still legally free and able to marry Karina. I'm still divorced. We got all our wedding plans in place, except for the we planned the day. I put the day in there now because I got the visa interview date. So I just put in the wedding plans. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm legally free and able to marry Karina. I promised to do so within 90 days. We're still in love. I've made 5 trips to see Karina in the last, 3 years? All that kind of stuff. And then you date it 2 weeks before. I dated it like 2 weeks before the visa interview. Tesha Sweeney, how many times do we have to send inquiries? I already sent inquiries to the MVC, but my fiance printed the ones I sent in August. We're almost in November. You need to send some more. You need to do at least another 2. August is going to time you out. September, October, November, August, September, October, November. The NOA2 letter is only good for 4 months unless you send an inquiry. You got to send an email. Do it today. Camille 1, I don't see your question. Down here, you say only 1 slot available Friday, the 24th of November. I don't see people interviews on Friday. Is that going to be strange? If you have 1 slot available on Friday, the 24th of November, take that day. Take the day. The immigration officer is going to be happy. It's Friday. It's the day before the weekend. So the immigration officers are going to be, okay, you're approved. They want to go on. They want to take their weekend. S. Suarez. Hello, Diego and Karina. Still waiting here in Bogota. I don't understand. 1 month since already status, and the embassy just keeps saying wait for a few more weeks. They're maxed out with visas. S. Suarez. November's filled up. December's filled up. So I think in about a week or 2 from now, let's say in about 10 days from now, you will get an email from the embassy in Bogota giving you permission to start the process. And when you pay the visa fee, it's going to show January and February as the months that are open for K1 visas. Okay? Just relax, okay? You're going to get your K1 visa. You just got to wait out the time. You're going to get it. Bogota are processing visas. They're just maxed out. They're up to here with K1 visas. Bud Garcia got approval letter. So you got the NOA2 letter. So now you're going to wait for the MVC to send you the case number, which could be 60, 90 days, maybe longer. Christopher Stout, Halloween. Christopher, quit posting pictures of me on the live stream. You're going to scare everybody. Sophia Jim, good evening, Diego. How long does the beneficiary have to leave their country after they receive the visa? Sophia's Jim, they have 6 months to leave their home country from the date of the medical exam. So let's take Karina as an example. Karina has her medical exam on November 9th. That's when the clock will start for her K1 visa to time out. So 6 months. November, December to January, February, March. So May 6th is the cutoff. But I'm telling you, when Karina gets her K1 visa and her passport, she is not going to be waiting 6 months. More like probably 6 days. Okay? Probably 5 days max. We're out of there. Teja Sweeney, we did not write a letter of intent the second time. We only have the first one. And my fiance interview is November 3rd. Is it going to be a problem? Well, have your beneficiary write the letter and bring it to the visa interview. Okay? Have her write it. I don't know. It probably won't be. Probably no. I doubt it. But it's good to have it just in case they ask for it. April Flower, I think the embassy in Baghdad is not processing K1s. You are correct. They are not processing K1 visas. That's why you got to go to Dubai or Ankara or Kazakhstan. Camille 1, only one slot available. Get that slot. I understand K1. I got you. Joyce Rose Thomas, my NOA 1 is January 2023. Hopefully should be hearing something soon. After that is waiting for the welcome letter from the MVC. That's right. When you get your NOA2 letter, which will be any time now, then you wait for the National Visa Center to send you with a case number. After 60 days, if you haven't heard from the MVC, you must send an inquiry to the MVC and follow up. So that communication with the MVC will extend your NOA2 letter. Okay? You don't want to just ignore the whole process, because you could go 5 months. And if you don't contact immigration, let's suppose you don't hear from immigration for 5 months, and you don't contact immigration, they'll think you've abandoned the process. You got to maintain contact with the embassy and the MVC, either or. Black Friday, what? BG had my interview 10 days ago and we got it. It was easy. It was easy, right? Simple questions about my fiance. I had like 6 questions. So be calm and collected and don't worry too much. BG, that's good advice. Very good. Bud Garcia, thank you. No problem. Christopher Stout, I hope you have a good day. Well, it's 7:30 p.m. here in the Panhandle of Florida. So I still got a few hours left in the day, and it's all good. Whoop Slap, I haven't seen you for a while, Whoop Slap. Where have you been hiding? Hey, everyone. Diego, Judith. Judith arrived, had trouble with catching flights. Well, it's better to have trouble catching flights than with the K1 visa immigration officer, right? You can overcome airline problems, right? So it's not such of a big deal. You spent the day living in LAX. That's Los Angeles International Airport, ladies and gentlemen. But we were able to eat with Judith's family. She is going nuts with how cold it is. I am wearing shorts. I try to tell you guys, prepare your beneficiary for cold weather, for hot weather. Let's suppose your beneficiary is from Dumaguete, Philippines, or Cebu, Philippines. And it's always hot, right? It's always hot. And then the next thing, she's on a plane flying to Kentucky in the middle of winter. And it's always cold in the wintertime in Kentucky. So you better prepare your beneficiaries for the climate change. Okay? Not climate change. Not that climate change. Okay? I'm talking cold weather, hot weather. Let's see. And you're wearing shorts. Whoop slap who's wearing shorts. No more LDR, long distance relationship. No, it's over with. You're together. You're reunited. Love the community. I'll check in from time to time and show everyone support. Love you guys from me and Judith. Whoop slap. You're welcome here anytime. But what I would do is spend time with your bride, okay? Spend time with your family. Valma Cana is talking to Miguel. Twain Benson, Diego, do you think a calendar open for November for us to get an appointment? In Bogota, no. Probably not. I got the last one. Unless, for Vietnam. Vietnam, I thought you were in Bogota. Vietnam, I don't know. It could be, but I don't know. I know Bogota is no chance. Sophia's Gym, thank you. No problem. Mestiza Calisa, hi Diego, is there anything I can start to do before the case number? My NOA2 was just 1026. Make sure you got your birth certificate translated into English if necessary, your tax returns, your tax transcripts, your pay stubs, your bank statements. Get all the paperwork together for the visa interview. That's what I would be doing. Bud Garcia, how long does it take to get a welcome letter from the MVC? 60 to 120 days. Teja Sweeney, my questions can we send to the MVC? What questions can we send to the MVC? We already have an interview appointment. If you have an interview appointment, you send an email to the embassy. When's your interview appointment? You're good, Teja Sweeney. You're done with you don't have to communicate with the embassy. If you have your visa appointment scheduled, you're good. Don't even waste your time sending emails. Just concentrate on the visa questions, which they're going to be easy. Joanna's Traveling Life. I like that name, Joanna's Traveling Life. Hey, Diego, what documentation should my fiance bring to his interview at the consulate? Birth certificate original, copy of the birth certificate, translated into English if required. A copy of the passport, biographic page, original passport, any kids' birth certificates, 3 years worth of tax transcripts, tax returns, W-2s, 1099s, pay stubs, 6 months, bank statements, 12 months worth of bank statements, photographs of the relationship. Any if you've been in touch or if you've been face to face with your beneficiary and your sponsor in the last 6 months, bring those pictures to the embassy. Okay, it's not difficult. Bring the DS-160 confirmation page. Bring the if you have it, bring the email from the embassy saying this is your visa interview schedule, your packet 3 and packet 4. Print a copy of that. All right. Let's see here. Joanna. So that's what I would bring, Joanna. Tisha Sweeney, nearing the end of the process. Just maintain contact. Maintain contact with your beneficiary. Denise B. Hello, Diego. You telling us to wait? You're doing a great job. I received my ready status, now dealing with the slots. There you go, Denise B. If you're patient, if you guys can just relax a little bit, be patient. Don't sweat this process. Okay? Sure, it takes a long time. I'm an April filer from 2022. I was seeing people getting their K1 visas approved, in April of 2023. I was still waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I had to wait another month to get my NOA2 letter, but I knew it was going to take time because I'm on my second K1 visa. So I didn't stress it. I come and hang out with you guys, doing videos, making videos, doing live streams. Did you ever see me stress this out? No, I'm not going to stress it out. Immigration is not going to get under my skin. Okay? Just got to relax, guys. Be patient and you'll get it. Denise B., thank you. You're welcome, Denise. Miguel, only the beneficiary needs the birth certificate, right? That's correct. But you got to prove U.S. citizenship, Miguel. If you're the sponsor, you got to prove U.S. citizenship to the immigration officer at the visa interview. So you need to get a copy of your birth certificate or a copy of your passport or a copy of your naturalization certificate or your certificate of citizenship. Whatever it is you have that proves you are an American citizen, that needs to be in the hand of your beneficiary. Tesha Sweeney, for approval expiration, you're good. You got a visa interview scheduled, you're good. Bill Smith, Diego, I got NOA 1 letter, December 1, 2022. My fiance is from the Philippines. Kumusta ka? To our friends in the Philippines, kumusta ka? What would you generally guess be when she is done on a plane to Texas? On a plane to Texas. Well, let's see here. Have you got your NOA 2 letter? Did you get your MVC welcome letter? Do you have you got your packet 3, packet 4 letter? Or when was your NOA 2 letter? Jason Mabry, from NOA 2 to interview, about 5 months. Is that a fair assessment? Fair assessment. I got my NOA 2 May 30th, 2023. So June, July, August, September, October, November. So 6 months for me. But I've been through 2 K1 visas, so immigration had to do a lot more work investigating my case. They had to do a lot of digging and investigating. So, I was a month longer. So 5 months is fair enough. Please, glad that I find you, because my lawyer is telling me a different story. Because my brother is my co-sponsor, and she is telling me today that because I'm not paying mortgage, I need to use my mother. You can use whoever you want for a co-sponsor. Please. It doesn't matter if your co-sponsor or joint sponsor is paying the mortgage, not paying the mortgage. It's irrelevant. The only thing immigration cares about is how much money does the joint sponsor make. And if the joint sponsor makes more than enough money to cover the beneficiary on the K1, you get your visa. And you prove that with tax returns, W-2s, 1099s, pay stubs, bank statements. Okay? Your mom, so it's irrelevant who pays the mortgage on the house. Nobody cares. Immigration couldn't care less if you live in a trailer, or if you live in a townhouse, or if you're living with your second cousin's aunt. It's irrelevant. The only thing immigration care about is how much money does your joint sponsor make, and is it sufficient? That's it. So you may want to quit paying your attorney all that money, because the advice is terrible. Renoir, hey Diego, I am a college. What? You're a college student? You're a college professor? You're a college graduate? I just started a new job where I'm PT, and you're a PT and paid $13 an hour. Would salary over $27,000 be considered enough to support me and my fiance? Yes. If you are bringing one person to the United States of America, okay, $27,000 a year is sufficient. You're good. Please, and the interview is Monday, but I pay car note and insurance. It doesn't matter. Please. Immigration don't care who pays the car insurance, who makes the car payments, who pays the insurance. They don't care. They don't care. Immigration look at the 1040 or the tax transcript, and they see, what's the total income? Total income is this much money. Do you qualify for the benefit? Yes or no? Yes. Here's your K1 visa. Immigration don't look and see who's paying the car insurance, who's making the house payment, who pays the gas bill, who pays the light bill. They don't care. Renoir, my mother also lives with me. That's fine. It makes a little more than I do and would not mind being my co-sponsor. Either your brother or your mom, you're good, as long as they make enough money. Teja Sweeney, Diego, you mentioned that we need to maintain contact with MVC. Teja Sweeney, you have a visa interview scheduled at the embassy. You no longer have to maintain contact with the MVC. You're good. Khmer 1, I'm February 2022 filer. I got NOA 2 on July 2023. You got NOA 2 July 2023. July, August, September, October. So July to August, September, October. Okay, so you should be getting your MVC case, your welcome letter any day now. And Bill Smith, you said you have no NOA 2 letter. Well, when you get the NOA 2 letter, that's when you're going to wait another 60, 90 days for the case number, and then another 2 months for the visa interview for Philippines. Rambling Man, Kiyua Dan. I wonder how the upcoming holidays will affect USCIS processing time. Well, during Christmas week, it slows down a little bit because everybody's on vacation. Okay, Renoir, you're a college student, but your income is sufficient, so you're good. Francois Livingston, good evening, Diego and Karina. Karina's at work. She's working. Karina is helping her friend Mihai set up her business in northern Bogota. Actually, it's a city outside of the outskirts of Bogota. And Karina is she's a business tycoon. She's an entrepreneur, and she's helping her friend get her business going because Karina is not going to be in Colombia much longer. She's going to be here in Florida with me. And guess what? We're going to be doing live streams from here with Karina. We're going to help. We're going to keep helping you guys, okay? Let's see. Good evening, Diego. Just want to wish you a safe flight. Thanks. And best of luck. Can't wait to be close to the finish line. Also, Francois, you're going to be there. You're going to get there. Everybody watching this right now is going to get their visa as long as they qualify for the benefit. If you qualify, you're good. You just got to wait it out. Okay? Joanna's Traveling Life. Hey, Diego, can my fiance bring a 1.5-inch binder with our pictures to the interview? Yes. I got one in the back here. We have more than 70 photos of us together with our family. Bring it to the interview. You can bring that. I got the same thing back here. When I do the live stream again, I'll bring it in here and show you. The Mosquito Guy. Hello from Tampa. We are 3 months into our journey, waiting patiently. Hope you travel to Bogota is safe and comfortable. Everything's good. I'll be flying to Pensacola, to Miami, and then I'm going to be flying on flight 916, I think it is, American Airlines from Miami to Bogota. And then Karina will meet me in El Dorado Airport, and she can actually come into the airport now. In the past, she couldn't even come into the airport because of the stupid COVID. I mean, it was like a prison camp trying to get into the airport. It was insane over a flu virus or whatever it was. But she can come into the airport and she'll see me walking with my bag over my shoulder, and I will get the biggest hug I have been waiting for almost a year. Thanks, the Mosquito Guy, for that positivity right there. Marcel MP, hi Diego, my fiance's sponsor has a suffix in his name that we didn't add in the I-29F and DS-160, but his passport, birth certificate, driver's license has the suffix. What is the suffix? Are you talking about like in a Spanish word? How do you mean a suffix? Like a dash? I don't think it's going to be a problem. I don't think so. As long as the whole name is spelled out properly and they can read the name and everything matches up, the passport matches the I-1, the DS-160, and it's no problem. Jason Mabry, have you seen RFE for not including income in the I-129F? No. You don't need to prove your income when you file your K-1 visa. You don't have to include your tax returns or your I-134 when you process your K-1 visa. It's only required at the embassy stage, okay? Unless you're in a spousal visa. Then you got to upload all that stuff to the MVC which is another nightmare in itself. But if you include your income in the K-1 visa, if you include your last tax return, if you include your W-2, 1099, if you put it in your K-1 visa package, even though it's not required, it helps strengthen the visa package. And if an immigration officer is like hemming and hawing over your visa, Well, I don't know. If he sees your income is really good, that might be the kicker that kicks it over and gets you the approval. More than likely it will. So no, you will not get an RFE if you do not include your income with the I-129F. So relax. Teja Sweeney, why does the process take so long? Well, immigration has to check out the sponsor. He has to check out the beneficiary. They do an FBI in-depth security check that you would not believe. Okay? It's like getting a security clearance for Area 51. Just imagine you're applying for a job to back engineer a UFO at Area 51, an S4, not Area 51. And you apply for this job. Homeland Security is going to do a background check on you, and they're going to go way back to your great grandmother, okay? And whether she came over on the Mayflower, whatever. It takes a long time to investigate somebody. They do it twice. They do a thorough investigation, and then they do a second preliminary investigation. That's why it takes so long. In the past, they just did a basic FBI check. They don't do that anymore. They go into your past. They go into your juvenile record. They look at everything. It takes a long time. Joanna's Traveling Life. Hey, Diego, should I include text messages and video calls in the binder? Yes, it's a good idea. Please, I'm feeling a lot better. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Going to tell my fiance, stop worrying and go pass your interview Monday. Thank you so much again. There you go. There you go. Go to the interview, get the K1 visa. I've been to so many K1 visa interviews. You know, I feel like I'm an employee at the embassy. Go through the security check. They wand you down. They check in your purse. They look in your, they check your, you don't have anything. Don't use your cell phone. Then you sit down and you wait. Then you get called up to the window. Then you turn in the documents. Here's my divorce decree. Here's this. Here you go. Here you go. Then you sit down. And then they ask the questions. And then 5 minutes later, you got your K1 visa approved, and you're happy as a clam. Okay? And I'm going to take Karina out to eat dinner, thanks to you guys and the super chats. Okay? Denise Jefferson, Chopper Harley, Brian and Jacqueline, there's all you guys. LH, you gave us lots of super chats, and I'm going to celebrate with the super chats. I'm going to take Karina to eat steak. I want to take her to her favorite Mexican restaurant in Centro Comercial Andino Mall in northern Bogota. We're going to go check out some different, maybe a Peruvian restaurant. So we're going to celebrate in Bogota. Then we're getting the heck out of Colombia. We're flying on a plane, Avianca Airlines, to Miami. Then I'm going to rent a car. I'm going to rent a big SUV and drive from, I'll show Karina Miami Beach. Look at the Miami Beach, mi amor, mira, un playa muy hermosa. We're going to go eat in a Venezuelan restaurant in Miami, maybe a Colombian restaurant. We'll figure it out. Thanks to you guys. Fazak, I am so glad I found your YouTube channel. This is your channel, guys, not mine. It's for you guys. I did it for you. Okay? Put it for you guys. Your wealth of information. I've been through this process like 3 times, twice with the K1, once with the spousal visa. I can write the book on K1 visas, guys. I am so happy your application is coming to an end. Well, it's not coming to an end until Karina is a U.S. citizen. When Karina becomes an American citizen, then it comes to an end. But it doesn't end until that time. It is exciting knowing you are only days away from being together. Well, yeah, you're right, Fazak. We are just 3 days away. And then Karina can listen to me complaining about how cold it is in Bogota and the traffic and the noise. She's going to hear me. She's going to say, Diego, what? Relax. But it's noisy. It's congested. The traffic's terrible here. You know, I need to quit complaining. Bogota is a nice place. It's a beautiful city. I recommend you go there for a vacation if you get a chance. Joanna's Traveling Life. What would you recommend for those who will be going to their interview at the consulate? I recommend you dress business casual. Wear business casual, relax, put a big smile on your face. If the immigration officer acts a little stern, like you know, that's his job, that's her job. They got to be stern. They got to be kind of like kind of standoffish, because remember, the immigration officer is the Borg. They're the Borg, okay, from Star Trek. They don't have any emotion, nothing. And then when they get to say your visa's approved, then they smile and they shake your hand. Congratulations. It's not difficult. I've been through it, 3 times? K1, spousal, not spousal, K2. Okay, it's not difficult, guys. Jessica, hi Diego. If I already have one joint sponsor and want to take one more to be in the safe side, can I just take their support letter and business proof? You got to have tax returns. If you have any joint sponsor, you put on the I-130. If you need a joint sponsor, 1 or 2, you got to have tax returns, W-2s, pay stubs, bank statements, 1099s. You got to prove income. You can't take shortcuts on the income. You got to prove it. Tess and Rocco, hi Diego, happy blessed day. I'm always praying to have my K1 visa to be finished. It's not easy, but keep fighting. It's gonna be done. Tess and Rocco, you're gonna get your K1 visa. You're gonna get it. Just relax. Tesha Sweeney, after approval, that means that the petitioner side of the process is finished. And after that, it's the beneficiary side of the investigation. That's right. Then you file for the green card. You're correct. And it's not hard. And your sponsor can help you with the paperwork. Tess and Rocco, still waiting for the sputum test? Yeah, it's a difficult wait. But the Philippines are getting stricter and stricter on sputum tests. There must have been an outbreak of TB in the Philippines somewhere, and the State Department is enforcing that new rule. Well, you know, that's the State Department's ran by who? The White House. The White House are calling the shots. Vanessa Tabe, hi Diego from Cameroon, and glad to be here. NOA1 March 3rd, hoping to hear something soon. That's good, Vanessa. Jessica, do we have to take any support letter from the petitioner and joint sponsor too? Support letter, no. Not from the joint sponsor. The petitioner has to write a letter. Okay, support letter would come from the petitioner's boss. Are you talking a letter of intent to get married? What do you mean support letter? You mean like a letter from the employer? So the petitioner needs a letter from the employer, and the joint sponsor needs a letter from the employer. Yes, you got to prove income. You got to prove, you know, this person works here. This is how long they've been working. This is how much they make. Mickey Chihuahua, hi Diego. Thank you for being my guiding light through my K1 visa. You got it. My POE, port of entry, will be Orlando from the Philippines. Okay, port of entry will be Orlando. I have flown in and out of Orlando International Airport many times, lots of times. Orlando is a beautiful airport, very modern, the food is good, and in the immigration process will be easy. 2 weeks from now, I'm looking forward for more tutelage from you for my adjustment of status after my marriage. Well, Mickey, I will be here to help you with your adjustment of status paperwork and get your green card. And if you listen to what I say to you, more than likely you won't have another visa interview with the scary immigration officer. I will help you get the green card, okay, the right way. Joanna, how many questions do you think they'll be asked at the interview? 5 or 6. Jason Mabry, can you explain the role of the MVC? Can the MVC have the power to overturn an approval from USCIS? The National Visa Center is ran by the State Department. The MVC is in New Hampshire. The MVC has 0 authority to approve or disapprove visas. 0. The MVC has one goal. This is what they do. The USCIS will process the K1 visa and approve it and send you an NOA2 letter. They send it to the MVC. The MVC is the State Department. The State Department will review the USCIS approval. If the MVC find any errors in the paperwork, or if they think there's something not quite right, the MVC will send it back to USCIS and say, hey, guys, we can't disapprove this, but you need to take a look at this again. The USCIS will then relook at the K1 visa package, and USCIS will say, MVC, what is your problem? There's nothing wrong with this K1 visa. Then USCIS will send it back to the MVC, and the MVC will assign it a case number and send it to the embassy. Okay? The embassy, what is the role of the MVC? Their role is to assign case numbers, to do a background check on the sponsor. Me, I'm a sponsor. The MVC did an FBI check on me at the MVC, and they assigned me a case number, and then they sent their visa package to Bogota, Colombia. So they're a clearinghouse. It's like Publishers Clearinghouse, but without the the winnings. All you'll get in the magazines. All you get are the magazines. You don't get the surprise. You don't get the lottery money, just the magazine. They're a clearinghouse. They do not have authority to cancel, deny, or block visas. Only two places can deny a visa: USCIS and the embassy officer. That's it. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? Vanessa, is it possible to have my whole family attend our wedding in the US? Sure, as long as they can get B2 visas. If they can get tourist visas, they can come over and attend the wedding. Absolutely, Vanessa. Moha Nagiai. Hi. They put me for DS 5535 because I'm Muslim. No, they didn't have you fill out a DS 5535 because you're a Muslim. They did it because you are living in a Muslim country. You probably live in a Muslim country, which is a high risk politically against the United States. So the United States of America is very strict on protecting the security of our borders. You would think so, right? Even though our southern border is wide open, and if you want to come to America, just go to Mexico and walk across at this point. But they don't care that you're a Muslim, Christian, Hindu, Jewish. They don't care. They just want to do a security check on who you are. Okay? So you fill out the form. You fill out that form. It's a security check. That's all. The DS means Department of State. 5535 is a security form that you fill out. So you fill in all the blanks and you turn it in, and then you get your K1 visa once immigration's done the security check. Doesn't matter what country you're in. You could be a Muslim, you could be Christian, you could be Jewish. Okay, doesn't matter. Let me see. Moha Nagia, it's not fair. Well, this is a benefit, Moha. This is not a right. Okay, you don't have a right to come to this country. You are here as a benefit. You come in as a benefit. And the U.S. government put all these rules in place to protect the security of our country, even though you wouldn't think so from the southern border. So they're basically just messing with people coming here legally. If you want to come here illegally, just walk across the border. But if you want to come here legally, they're putting you through this massive headache. Okay? You just relax and put a smile on your face and say, okay, Mr. Immigration Officer, give me the form, give me the 5535, I'll fill it out and give it back to you. Is it fair? Yes, it's fair. It's fair because they are protecting the country. Okay? We want you to come to the United States. Come on. We welcome you wherever you live. But they're going to check you out. They're going to check you out. Sharon Persikian. Hey, Diego. Sharon, what's going on? Jason, thank you for clearing that up. Diego. So now, Jason, you are now the expert on the National Visa Center, right? For a K1 visa. Now, if you were processing a spousal visa, guess what? The MVC will block your K1, your spousal visa, until you become documentally qualified, which means you got to upload all these documents to the MVC. It could take 3 months to get it right. That's why I'll never go through a spousal visa. I could have married Karina in Colombia, flew to Colombia, got married in Bogota, and then filed for a spousal visa. No way, Jose. The spousal visa sucks. K1 all the way. And Mohan again, don't be crying over the security check. Don't be crying about it. Just fill it out, my friend, and then get it done, turn it in, and get your visa, and come to America and become an American. Let's see. Miguel, will there be a problem with my fiance's family applying for B2 visas while we are going through a K1? No, why would that be a problem? You're not marrying the family. You're marrying their daughter. It's no problem. You can do that. No, it's no problem. Vanessa, Miguel, same question on my mind. No, it's good. Francois, so my fiance who lives and works in the United Arab Emirates, would he also need to fill out a DS 5535? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It's up to the immigration officer. The immigration officer makes that decision. You could live in England and be told to fill out a 5535. You could be a British citizen, lived in London your whole life, okay? And the immigration officer says, I want you to fill out a DS 5535. Doesn't matter. Sharon, how long does it take for the case to be sent from USCIS to the MVC? Is that 30 to 90 days? It takes between 60 and 120 days. Average is like 90 days. After 60 days, you need to send a inquiry to the MVC to extend your NOA2 letter. Lanny A, hey Diego, does the K1 visa also need to be documentally qualified? No. The K1 visa goes to Dallas, it goes to Louisville, Texas. Then it goes to California or Texas or Nebraska. Then it goes to New Hampshire. Then it goes to the embassy. You don't have to upload any documents for a K1 visa. Zero, nothing, nada. Only for a spousal visa, okay? Only for a spousal visa, an IR1, CR1 visa. Then you got to upload documents to the MVC. But if you're in a K1 visa, nothing's required to be uploaded. Let's see here. Miguel, so I could sponsor my fiance's family as well? No, you cannot. You can only sponsor your fiance. You cannot sponsor her family. You are not even married to her yet. Okay? So she's not your family yet. She's your fiance. So no, you can't do that, Miguel. You got to wait till she gets to America and you get married. Then she's your family. Then she becomes a family member. Then you can do other things like bring mom over if you want. Francois Livingston, sure, I learned something new each live chat. Salute. I'm down to my last swig of Mountain Dew. So I'm glad you're learning new stuff, Francois. Let's see here. God's Power, Thomas. Hello, Mr. Diego. My case was last updated on the 6th of August, 2023. I'm yet to receive the receipt to pay for my visa interview in Dakar, Senegal, American Embassy. So you haven't received the receipt to pay for your visa interview. Have you filled out the DS-160? Did you get a confirmation number that you filled out the DS-160? Sharon for a second, another fantastic supporter of this channel, Sharon. Sharon, you just covered my breakfast. Now you covered my midnight snack in Miami International Airport. And Francois Livingston, look at you guys. Francois, for you and Karina. Francois, much appreciated. Karina, unfortunately, can't watch right now. She's at work. She's helping a friend out, okay, with her ice cream store. But I will be sure to tell her, you guys, thank you for the super chats, okay? I've saved you a lot of money in immigration attorney fees, right? Right? Thanks for the support, though, for the channel. Let me see. Lanny A. Vanessa Tate, 2023. Any idea how many cases have been approved for January 2024? That is, you mean 2023? About 300. It's about 300. Lanny, thank you. We're a K1 visa in Turkey. Okay, great. The DQ is what holds people back on the embassy scheduling the CR1 appointment. That's correct. CR1 is a spousal visa, and IR1 is a spousal visa. And you have to upload documents to the National Visa Center. The National Visa Center then approves the documents and documentarily qualifies you. Once you become documentary qualified, then they forward the visa package to the embassy, even though you guys are already married. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. I went through it in 2018. Okay. I told Karina straight out flat, Karina, I love you with all my heart, but we ain't getting married in Colombia. And she said, well, I want to get married in Florida. I said, well, we're good. We agree. K1 visa all the way. All right. K1 visa all the way. So much easier. It's so much easier. Paperwork wise, which reduces the stress levels. Francois and Sharon, thank you guys for those super chats. You guys are greatly appreciated. Okay. Sharon, you got my dinner covered in Miami airport. And Francois, I want to take Karina out to breakfast on November 1st. Jose Ramirez, Diego, have a nice weekend. Buena fin de semana. And I'm happy that you and Karina are going to be reunited soon. I am traveling to Santo Domingo to be with my prometida in 2 semanas. Very good. Moha, thanks for your response. One more question. Okay, Lieutenant Colombo, one more question. You can ask me all the questions you want. So how long does it take the DS 5535 to be approved after you fill it out? Couple of weeks. Could be. There was a lady from Iran. Yeah, she was a Muslim, but they didn't pick on her because she's a Muslim. They picked on her because she's from Iran. And the Iranians and the U.S. government don't get along. So she got a 5535. It only took 3 days. They did the security check on her. They found out she wasn't a part of any malfeasant organization. She was going to be a benefit to the United States of America. She was a patriot. She was pro-America. Boom! She got her visa. She lives in Texas now. I helped her get out of Iran, and I got her into Turkey. With my advice, she followed my directions. I got her to Turkey. She got her K1 visa, and she sent me a message. I got a DS5 5535. What am I going to do? They're picking on me. No, they're not picking on you. They're protecting the country. They're protecting the security of our country. I said, relax, you're good, you're fine. I got confidence in you. Boom, 3 days, she got her K1 visa. It could take a week, it could take 2 weeks. It depends on how busy the embassy is. Moha, you got to relax, okay? Well, Muslims are welcome in America. Christians are welcome in America. Jews are welcome in America. We don't care what your religion is. Just be patriotic Americans. Vanessa is talking to Miguel. Christopher Stout, have you heard around about the November processing? Since I have heard they skipped the week, Christopher, I don't pay attention to what immigration says about their processing time. USCIS, MVC, it's all not relevant. Just focus on your NOA 1 letter, your NOA 2 letter, your case ready, your in transit, and all that jazz. That's all you got to worry about. You are going to get a headache if you keep trying to figure out immigration and how they process their visas and the processing times. Don't do that. You're going to get a headache. You're going to get your visa. Just focus on the K1 visa, okay? Not on immigration or, well, this guy got his visa before my visa. This person got their visa in this. Why am I still? Just focus on your visa. You're going to get it. You got to trust me. Let me see. God's Power Thomas. Yes, I filed the DS-160. Okay. I have my case number from MVC. I called Dakar and they said no appointment available for now. There's your answer. Though once an appointment becomes available, boom, you're going to get in there. Ingrid Rogers, hi Diego. Hi Ingrid. How's your family? Sharon Persikian, hi, I'm heading to Turkey tomorrow night. Sharon, you have a safe flight. Enjoy your trip to Turkey. And when you get to make sure you keep all your boarding passes, keep all your evidence that you went, okay? Immigration, we're going to want to see that in the future. Let's see. Christopher, I'm watching this World Series game. There you go. The World Series game, the World Series of K1 visas. And Christopher, if you quit, if you just do me this one favor, stop looking at immigration, USCIS processing times, quit looking at MVC processing times. It's all irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. It doesn't mean a thing. Focus on Christopher's K1 visa. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. You guys have a good weekend. I've been talking for over an hour and 15 minutes. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your Sunday. And don't stress this process, okay? You got to relax. Don't stress it out. Don't look. You know, I filed 2 K1 visas. Did I stress about it? No. You've been with me the whole time, right? Most of you. See you. Today's Saturday. I will see you guys Monday at 7 p.m. for the live stream, okay? And on Tuesday, I'm flying to Colombia. So I'll do a live stream early in the morning on Tuesday so you guys know I haven't abandoned you. See you guys on Monday.